We keep telling this government to stop playing with young people.
It is high time Kenyans realize we are no longer living in democracy, we are living in dictatorship. Just the other day, Rose Njeri, a software developer, was arrested and charged in a court of law. What is the crime, you may ask? For creating a link that will aid people to air their opinions about the 2025 finance bill. Yesterday, the father of an ex-user, Albert Ojwang, was told to start preparing for the funeral of his son. And true to the officer's words, the son turned up dead. The police service released a statement saying that, he banged his head in the cells too hard until he died. Today morning, people of the political class are waking up to tell us, be mindful of how you use social media. You might miss out on visas to the US. We do not want to go to the US. We want to fix our home. Kenya must work for us. The aim is to go there for vacation but live here because this is home. Be careful of what you post on social media because you might actually miss out on a job. Bruh. This mind-blowing threats and reverse psychology might have worked back in the day, not today. But all in all, it's high time as Kenyans we recognize that we're no longer living in a democracy, we are living in active dictatorship.
Thank you very much, fellow Kenyans. I'm Babu, Owino, Member of Parliament for Embakasi East constituency. I want to take this opportunity to condemn the gruesome murder of one Albert Ojwang at Central Police Station, Nairobi. I want to demand that the officers who committed this heinous act must be arrested and charged with murdering one innocent man, Albert Ojwang. The apex of the law, the Constitution, and the Penal Code outlines clearly on how matters should be dealt with once an arrest is made. Going to an extent of murdering an innocent man, moving all the way from Nairobi, wasting government resources in the name of Subarus, going down to Homa Bay, passing so many counties to arrest one person whose only mistake was to speak the truth on social media, was only to outline how Kenyans are suffering, was only to show Kenyans that there is high cost of living, that there is overtaxation, and that there is unemployment in this country. By pointing out unruly officers in the government by the name Eliud Langat, who is a Deputy Inspector General of Police, you take an opportunity to go all the way to Homa Bay, arrest an individual, arrest Albert, move all the way back to Nairobi, noting that there are so many police stations within Homa Bay County. You bypassed all those police stations, came back to Nairobi, took an innocent young man from the dad with an intention to kill, premeditated the death of one Albert Ojwang. Reaching Central Police Station, you tell us stories which we only hear in movies that Albert Ojwang hit his head severely on the on the wall. Does not add up. It's so sad. And what a time to live in this country, Mr. President, under your watch. You need to take time and reflect. You need to sit alone for a whole day. Reflect how you were brought up. Reflect how your mom brought you up. As you always say that you were brought up from a very humble background. Reflect on that. Reflect how far you've come to where you've reached. Reflect on what you want to do to Kenyans and reflect on the legacy that you want to leave behind. And I want to say that it is quite unfortunate that there are so many abductions, there are so many deaths of young men in this country. Since when are young people killed in a nation? Since when are the Gen Zs killed in different nations? Since when? It is only in Kenya that these things are happening. And it is happening because these young men are demanding for justice, social justice, are demanding for their rights. And the extent that we are going as a nation is so wrong because under your watch as the president, so many deaths are occurring. The main reason why people get to power is so that they can become better, not being bitter. It's so that they can better the lives of others, not taking the lives of others. It's so that they can ensure that people's lives are changed for the best. But what are we seeing in return? We are seeing bitterness, we are seeing cruelty, And too much cruelty breeds so much hatred, which is now occurring in this country. I want to inform the government that nobody will fear you. You cannot spread fear to a person who has nothing to lose, a person with no jobs, a person who experiences overtaxation, a person who experiences high cost of living, high cost of education, high cost of health. You cannot make such a person be fearful. And therefore you need to change your strategy, because they have nothing to lose but just the chains that are tying them tightly. And I can assure you that within no time, there will be serious actions in this nation, because people are hurting, people are going through a lot, people are depressed. And this death of Albert Ojwang should not just be a statistic. Kenyans should note and take mental note and take action against any other person who might come for their lives. I want to tell you that Albert's dad went through a lot. As he said yesterday on media, that he spent 20 years going to a quarry, mining stones, not precious stones, but normal stones for construction, kokoto, just to educate Albert. Went through a lot in life to educate Albert. Then Albert graduated, became a teacher, had a 1-month-old child, a young family, a wife left behind, just for you to come and take the life of this innocent soul. We are watching you keenly. As a leader, I will speak my mind, and I will never give you the key to my brains. I will never suspend my reasoning just for blind following. I will die where Kenyans are dying. I will be with the Kenyans. And to the Inspector General of Police, please move with action. By now, it would be an honor if you would have resigned. But because of greed for power, I know you won't. So what you can do is to take action against these culprits who have taken the life of an innocent young man. Thank you and God bless you.
Nimeona video ambayo inasambaa mtandaoni kwamba wananchi ambao walikuwa wakiandamana wameingia paka City Mortuary, wakauzunguka mwili wa Albert Ojwang na wakaanza kuimba wimbo wa taifa. The patriotism ya Wakenya. You know, ulimwengu kuna revolution ambayo ilitokea. Kuna jamaa mmoja alikuwa na protest, mfanyibiashara kuudhiwa na serikali in the Middle East. I think kila mtu anajua hiyo story. Now, when this guy was protesting, ilikuwa kila siku biashara yake inakuja, maafisa wa kanjo wanakuja katika hiyo Middle East country wakileta noma. You know, this guy ilikuwa amechoka, akasema enough is enough. Akasimama katikati mwa jiji, akasema yale mambo ambayo alikuwa anamuudhi, akajitia moto. And that sparked a revolution in that country, na serikali iligeuzwa. I want to speak to the government this evening, you know. Hizi small acts ambazo mnazifanya ambao zina you know. Small acts ambazo zinafanywa na watu, alafu viongozi wanaongea kunya. Wanasema kwamba opposition inataka kufanya serikali ikae vibaya. When the opposition is planning to do these bad things, kwani serikali haina watu ambao wanaweza thwati maneno? Is NIS working? Mbona mtaka tuone yale maneno ya Rigiji yalikuwa kweli kwamba NIS imelala? Because if NIS is not aware of what is about to happen in the country, then awana kwamba bwana, sijui kama tuko salama kama nchi. I want to appeal to the government this beautiful evening. Let justice be done to Albert Ojwang na familia yake. Let justice not be seen to be done, but let justice be done. Ili Wakenya furahi, kwa sababu huwa inaanza pole pole hivi, alafu revolution inafanyika. Je, tutakuwa na nchi ya kuishi kweli? That's my humble request to the government of this country.
Hey, doctors are supposed to serve. They are supposed to serve and save. Police is supposed to protect, not kill. This is injustice. And if we get quiet, it will continue. How can you kill someone silently? Really because of power? Kenya istahili heshima, tuungane mikono pamoja kazini, kila siku tuwe na shukrani. Viva! Viva! Viva!
Wacheni tu mimi niseme na mapema. Ndio kama kuna list inaandiko mniweke kwa list. I can't wait to reject Finance Bill 2025. I can't wait. Because I know it will be something absurd. It will be something mental. I can't wait. Mniweke kwa list, jameni. List ya reject.
And don't buy into the political rhetoric of trying to divide you into tribes.
Yes.
Our problems are not tribal. There is no Kikuyu problem, there is no Kalenjin problem, there is no Luo problem, there is no Somali problem. There is no Kamba problem.
Yes.
Shift share knows no tribe. The university funding model knows no tribe.
Yeah.
Joblessness knows no tribe. All these problems that we point out, they do not know any tribe.
Luchivia,
Ndio.
labda hujui ni nani utapigia kura in 2027.
Yes.
Lakini ile kitu muhimu zaidi
Ndio.
ni kwamba ujue yule mwenye hautapigia kura.
Yes.
Are we together?
Uh-huh.
You may not know who you will vote for in 2027.
Yes.
But it is important to know who you will not vote for in 2027.
Hey.
The best way for Kenyans to vote in 2027 is two ways. One, don't vote for anybody who did not deliver when it came to their manifesto. Number two, do not vote for anybody who had any previous corruption cases. For example, when it comes to Sakaja, the current Nairobi governor wants to run for a second term. Now, I will be damned if I vote for Sakaja considering just one part of the manifesto, which is roads. He said that he will fix roads and he will fix drainage and water will be distributed to different parts of Nairobi. He said this and he has not delivered. Nairobi to go 2025, we are almost at the half of the year and the roads are flooding insanely even if it rains just a little bit. So what logic would someone be using if they vote for Sakaja for the second time? What logic would somebody be using if they vote for Pasaris, who is definitely probably going to run again for Nairobi women rep, and she has not been proactive in talking about like femicide cases and protecting women, which is her job in parliament. If we just focus on those two things, not voting for anybody who had any corruption case and not voting for anybody who has messed up their manifesto, I feel like Kenyans will be really, really far. Instead of focusing on voting for somebody because of their tribe, because they paid you 200 shillings, because you are voting for them just so that they can remove somebody else and you hope that they are going to do something better, please, I think it's time that we remove ourselves from the situation. And also to the Kenyan youth, we are the majority. When you look at people who are 35 and under, we are the majority when it comes to the population. By 2027, let's say all of us will be adult status and all of us can get a voter's ID and actually vote. I am really, really, really encouraging people to register to vote when that time comes. Let's not vote for people because of any other reason except those two. Let's be logical this time, please. Like our lives depend on it.
Kwani wewe utakubali upige kura mtu aibe? Wewe kama Mkenya mwenye unateseka as we speak now, utakubali uende upige kura 2027 alafu mtu achukue aongeze rais? Kwa sababu anatuambia kwamba hakuna rais ashawahi kuwa one term president. Sasa wanasema hata kama rais hatapita, watachukua kidogo kidogo kutoka kwa zile zetu waongeze rais apite. Kwani wewe kama Mkenya who are going through a very difficult times as we speak now, are you going to allow people to steal your elections? Kwani tutakuwa wajinga aina gani? Tutakuwa wajinga aina gani turuhusu watu waibe kura zetu yenye tumepiga na venye sisi tunateseka saa hii? Atuwaibe waongeze yule mwingine apate aingie kama rais. Kwani sisi tutakuwa wajinga aina gani? Si wajinga walisha Kenya. Sasa itakuwa aje mtu atuibie kura zetu?
Wakiiba itaungua. That is the truth of the matter. No way. That wakiiba, just like his agents have said that watajaza. The truth of the matter is wametuibia kutosha. wamepa pesa zetu za kutosha, wametuua ya kutosha. If William Ruto survives to the election na ajaribu kuiba, itaungua. That's the truth of the matter.
2027 at the tallying center at the ward level, we will have Gen Z representatives to count the votes and to announce the votes. Alafu tutaungana kama Gen Z, kama ni Nairobi County, kuna Gen Z wa kule Githurai, Gen Z wa Kangemi, atatuambia ni ngapi na tutajua ni votes ngapi za rais zimepigwa katika Nairobi County, na tutafanya hivyo katika Kakamega County, tutafanya hivyo katika Bungoma County. Hamna haja
na magavana, MCA, mnataka zile za rais peke yake.
Lazima rais ametuchosha bana, lazima kwenda nyumbani.
One time. Sasa nini? Ground. Atuongea. Sawa.
Hivi venye nanawa hivi. Ndio nanawa Ruto. Nimenawa Ruto kabisa. Nimenawa Ruto. Ruto Kasongo nimekunawa.
My people, unaingia kuiva alafu unaletewa one time kama chesa. Mulisema hamutaki kuchelewa in anything. Well, Kenyans, you never disappoint, and this is the reason as to why I just love my country, Kenya. Munakuanga macho na munakuanga settle in anything. Anyway, Aluta, the struggle continues. We have to drain the swamps.
Ese moyo.
Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Ruto must go.
Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.